Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, you beautiful people? It's 2:54 a.m. I am on my way to my favorite destination spot, to the gym. Take control of my day. I I'm very I like to think that I'm highly regimented regarding my eating and my sleeping and just all in all, how what and how I intake things into my body. And I take vitamins, and I have protein drinks, and I just try to take good care of myself. And this morning I was getting I have a pill container, and that pill container allows me to put in my vitamins for each day. That way I don't miss taking them. So Monday through Sunday, as I open up a lid, take out some of the pills, I know that for that day I have accomplished my goal. And I've been doing it for a long time. I've been taking multivitamins, vitamin C, vitamin E, fish oil, grape seed, whatever I could do to complement my body and whatever it is else that I may be missing out of a regular diet. I do that. So with that said, the biggest thing you can ever do in life, or the one thing you can do in life that could prove to be more beneficial than helping yourself, is helping somebody else. Really putting somebody else before you. And I remember one day waking up, and as I was putting my pills into my container, I looked over and I noticed that my wife didn't have any pills or vitamins and stuff in her container. She didn't even have a container. And I remember one day going to the GNC, or the vitamin store, and I asked them, I said, what's a good multivitamin for women? I know that, sometimes, women have different iron levels. And I said, what's just a general, overall kind of good alternative for women? And they gave me one. And while I was there, I picked up a bigger container of fish oil, and I picked up a bigger container of vitamin E, and I picked up a bigger container of B12. I picked up more. I doubled up what I normally got. And then I picked up another 7-day container. I knew at that moment that I did not want to be the only one healthy, living a lifestyle without my partner. And so every morning, or every day, day that I load up my 7-day container, I load up hers too. And she's never asked me to do it. She's never suggested that I do it. As a matter of fact, it's never even been anything that came up in conversation, other than the fact that I wanted her to feel the same way I felt when I took my medicine. I said all that to simply say that at some point in your life, You gotta stop thinking so much about yourself and start trying to see what it is that you can do for somebody else, especially your wife and your family and your kids. I think it's real easy to pour into other people and to contribute to other people, and then at the end of the day realize that you never even poured into the people around you, the people closest to you. And I was taking my pills, and I don't know that I felt guilty, but I said, man, I said, if these are good enough for me, and you know, these are something I believe to help supplement, you know, maybe my diet or something I'm lacking, I said, well, I'd like my wife to feel the exact same way. And when you get to that point, man, because I mean, damn, pills are expensive. But when you get to that point and you start wanting to, say, contribute what is benefiting you to them and to people around you, I think your life starts to become a whole lot more rounded and fuller than if everything and every time you wake up, you're always constantly thinking about you. And now it's so routine for me to, because I know my wife, she's not going to, that's, you know, she has her priorities, she has her mindset on certain things that are important, like, you know, she's good at making sure we got detergent. You know, hell, I might run out of detergent, but we always got detergent. We always got toilet paper. We always got hand soap. We always got like certain things that I think are like the stupidest things, but that I need all the damn time. We always got it because her mind is on that. Whereas my mind is on, okay, my vitamins are low. I need to get more vitamins, or, you know, we need to take care of this, or we both have our different sets of things that we tend to kind of focus our time and our attention on, and it's a balance. But there's no better way I can contribute to my wife than her health, and that's the way that I show I love her, is when I go to fill up my tray, I start putting in her tray. Because it doesn't make no sense if you want to get old, grow old with somebody, but yet all these years you've been doing everything you could to make sure your body was okay, but you never done one thing to say that the other person's body's okay. And it's easy to say, well, it's their responsibility, they don't want to do it. But keep in mind that they're focusing on something that may be important to you or not important to you, but may help you. See, I'm not waking up thinking about no detergent. I'm not waking up thinking about no little dishwasher pellets. I'm not waking up thinking about hand soap, and I'm not waking up thinking about Sanaya, I need some diapers or some baby wipes. I'm not waking up thinking about these things, but the fact that she is, it adds to my life because it's not something that I have to worry about. So in that way, my lack of giving it any credibility in her diligence and making sure it gets done allows me not to have another problem in my life. And the same thing goes with the vitamins and the health side of things, that she may not have room in her database, in her mind, to think and focus on that type of thing. So therefore I balance that out, and I come through and I'm like, one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you, because I want her to live a balanced life too. I don't force it on her. I don't even ask about it. But I noticed something. She takes the pills. She sees the value. She just didn't have the time to do it. I made time for that just like she makes time for other things. It's not that what she's doing is not important and what I'm doing is more important. It's that we both are equally focused on something different. But when we come together, that's where the balance starts coming in. I'm simply saying all this is that if you get somebody that you can love and care for like that, to the point where you will provide for their vitamins, then you create something in this world, on this planet, in your existence that becomes way more important than what you ever thought possible. You know, lately I talk a lot about with Ricky and with Malachi about, you know, the vision and where I see the family going and what we're doing and how we're doing it. And when we do that, I explain to them that as the head of the house, as the man of the house, and my responsibility in God's eyes, my responsibility in my eyes, my obligation is to provide that vision. And like I tell them, I said, this vision may not be 100% where you see your life at, but this vision is big enough for you to grab onto and get you going in the direction that may take you to a point where you start realizing your vision may be dim right now. Mine may be very bright, but at some point in time, the light on your vision will start to come up. But mine is big enough right now for us all to hold on to and us all to grow from. So now I'm sitting here and I'm like, why? I got this vision that's big enough for everybody to hold on. I'm over here making sure that you got your pills in there, making sure that Silas got some activity that can be done. My job is to make sure that the wellness from the inside out of my family is right where it needs to be. That's all men's job. That's all men's responsibility, is to make sure that their family is all right from the inside out, not the outside in. And when I actually sat there this morning and I was thinking about that, as I was loading up her tray, I was thinking, man, this is absolutely insane, because I never could have envisioned myself caring about anybody to the point where I'm worried about their vitamin intake. Like, that's usually something that a mom does for her child. I didn't know that that was something a man would do for his wife. Maybe for his child, but not for his wife. That seems like a little bit odd. But then the more I start thinking about it, the more I'm starting to say that no, I just care about your well-being just as much as I care about mine. I don't want to be the only one up and running around. I had a client whose wife died of I want to say it was I can't even diagnose it, but I know that she for the longest was sick, wasn't doing, really wasn't doing the best. And, that's got to be hard that he's up and running around. He's on 2 feet and he's got his feet planted on solid ground. And then here his wife is, he has to care for her in the bed. And, I never really, you've been married to somebody for all that time, your whole life, and now you're in a position where you have to care for them. That's hard. And I can see it on him how hard that is. And I just would much rather minimize that as much as possible by saying, hey, if I take care of myself, I don't mind helping take care of you too, because I'd much rather take care of you with some pills right now than to have to take care of you by giving you a bath. And I wouldn't mind that, but I want to live a nice life all the way through without that, if possible. So you have to start caring about other people more than you care about yourself. Or you have to care about people just as much as you care about yourself. Because that's where the value of life starts to really pay off and pay through.